Why are thousands of seniors losing leg strength without realizing it? One silent mistake. And it starts. Are you making it too? Have you ever stood up from your favorite chair and suddenly felt your legs wobble beneath you? Maybe it was just for a second, but enough to make your heart skip a beat. Or have you felt a strange weakness while walking across the kitchen, like your legs were no longer your own? You are not alone. Every day, thousands of older adults experience these silent warnings from their bodies, and most don't realize just how quickly strength can fade. In fact, studies have shown that in just 2 short weeks without the right care, your legs can lose up to 10% of their strength. 10% gone without warning. And for some, it never fully returns. Let me share with you a story that might feel familiar. As a doctor who has worked with seniors for over 60 years, I have seen this happen far too often. People assume weakness is just a natural part of aging. But after caring for thousands of older adults, I've learned something important. Losing strength isn't just getting older. It's your body quietly asking for help. One patient who changed how I see this problem forever was Evelyn, a 78-year-old woman who came to me feeling defeated. Her son had to hold her arm every time she walked. Her legs shook constantly. She thought it was just old age. But when I asked about her daily routine, it became clear, like many seniors, Evelyn had unknowingly fallen into unhealthy patterns, skipping meals, avoiding certain foods, and losing her healthy eating habits, which starve her body of crucial vitamins. Evelyn's story is not unique. I'll guide you through the exact steps that helped her regain the strength to walk confidently again. You'll see how simple changes in your daily routine, without spending a fortune, can bring back vitality you thought was gone forever. In the next part, you'll meet Evelyn more closely and discover the common mistakes millions of people over 60 make every single day, and how avoiding these can be the first gentle step toward feeling stronger again. Evelyn's first visit stayed with me for a long time. I remember the way she gripped her son's arm just to step through my office door. Her legs trembled, her back curved as though life itself had become too heavy to carry. When she sat down, she avoided my eyes, her voice barely above a whisper. "Doctor, I just don't understand. I still eat normal meals. I try to move a little every day, but it feels like I'm getting weaker no matter what I do." I could see the sadness in her son's face, too. He explained that after her husband passed away, Evelyn spent more and more time inside, slowly retreating from the world. Her meals had become smaller and less balanced, her movements less frequent. Like so many others, she had quietly accepted weakness as part of aging. But what I told her next changed everything for her, and it might change things for you too. "Evelyn," I said gently, "your body isn't giving up because of age. It's giving you a warning. Your muscles aren't being fed the right way." We talked about what she had been eating. Her typical day sounded familiar. White bread for breakfast, maybe some cheese in the afternoon, no fresh vegetables, hardly any sunlight. Most mornings, she skipped meals entirely because she just didn't feel hungry. Her story reflects a silent pattern I see in countless seniors. It's not just about being tired or too old. It's about a quiet, daily routine that drains the body of what it needs most. This is where small mistakes, like skipping meals, avoiding nutrient-rich foods, or sitting inside for long periods, can turn into long-term weakness. But the good news is, just as quickly as things can decline, they can also begin to improve. I explained to Evelyn that many older adults lack 3 essential vitamins that directly fuel leg strength and nerve health. By making gentle, consistent changes to her eating habits and daily routine, she could feel stronger in just a few weeks. And she was eager to try. There was hope in her eyes for the first time in years. Now, I want to show you what Evelyn learned. How to recognize the quiet signals your body sends when it's running low on vital nutrients. Up next, we'll talk about the 4 clear warning signs I see in my patients that reveal when muscles are crying out for help, so you can spot them before they hold you back. When Evelyn and I sat down to really talk, I asked her simple questions. Questions I've asked hundreds of older patients over the years. And every time, the answers reveal a hidden story. Weak legs are never just about age. They're a sign your body is whispering, sometimes even shouting for attention. I want you to ask yourself these same questions and see how many of these quiet signals your own body might be sending. The first signal is muscle weakness and feeling unsteady. Evelyn admitted she had to push off with her hands just to get up from a chair. She sometimes wobbled when walking across the room, grabbing walls or furniture to keep herself from falling. She believed this was simply getting old. But I explained the truth. When your muscles lack vitamin B12 and vitamin D, your nerves become sluggish and your muscles can't respond quickly. It's like trying to start a car with a weak battery. It works sometimes, but it feels like a struggle every single time. The second signal is tingling or numbness in your legs. Evelyn confessed she had been feeling a strange crawling sensation in her feet, like ants running under her skin, especially at night or after sitting too long. She brushed it off, thinking it was just poor circulation. But I told her it's often a textbook sign of vitamin B12 deficiency. Without enough B12, the protective layer around your nerves wears down, causing strange sensations and weakening the signals between your brain and muscles. The third signal is muscle cramps, especially at night. Evelyn's eyes widened when I asked about it. She said she'd been waking up with sudden, painful cramps in her calves, sometimes so strong she had to get out of bed to walk them off. I hear this all the time. Muscle cramps that hit like lightning bolts during sleep are one of the most overlooked signs of a lack of magnesium and vitamin D. Magnesium helps muscles relax after contracting, and without it, your muscles cramp uncontrollably, often waking you up in pain. The fourth signal is a constant feeling of tiredness and the loss of desire to move. Evelyn mentioned that even simple tasks like getting dressed or walking to the mailbox felt exhausting. She used to love gardening, but hadn't touched her plants in months. I explained that low vitamin D levels not only weaken your muscles, but also drain your energy and hurt your motivation to stay active. It creates a downward spiral. The less you move, the weaker you feel, and the more you stop moving altogether. As we talked through these 4 signs, I saw the realization settle on Evelyn's face. She wasn't alone in this struggle, and neither are you. Nearly 60% of people over 65 experience these symptoms because of vitamin deficiencies they don't even know they have. The scariest part is how subtle it starts. Maybe a little stiffness here, a bit of wobbling there, and before you know it, you're sitting more, moving less, and losing more strength each week. But just like Evelyn, once you understand what's happening inside your body, you can take gentle, simple steps to turn it all around. That's what we did for Evelyn, and what I've done for countless other patients. By focusing on nourishing the body properly, we can restart the system, giving your nerves and muscles the fuel they've been craving. In the next chapter, I'll explain which specific vitamins your body desperately needs, why they're often missing even in people who think they eat well, and how small, realistic adjustments in your meals and daily routine can bring back the strength and confidence you thought you lost. It's not about diets or complicated routines. It's about listening to your body's messages and responding with kindness and consistency. When Evelyn returned to my office a few weeks later, her transformation was hard to miss. She walked in without anyone holding her arm. Her steps were steady, her shoulders straighter, and there was a lightness in her face I hadn't seen before. Her story is living proof of something I've told every patient who has walked through my doors. Your body is always trying to heal itself. It just needs the right tools. And those tools for your legs come down to 3 key vitamins. The first is vitamin B12, often overlooked but absolutely essential. I like to compare it to the protective covering around an electrical wire. When you're young, this covering, called myelin, is thick and strong, allowing fast, clear signals from your brain to your muscles. But as we age, our stomach produces less acid, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. Evelyn had gone years without realizing how much she was missing, and once she added simple foods like eggs, yogurt, and a little lean chicken, her nerve signals started improving. Her legs responded faster, her balance returned, and she no longer felt shaky standing up. The second is vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin. Your skin naturally makes it when exposed to sunlight, but after 60, that process slows down dramatically. Evelyn had been spending most of her days indoors, missing out on this vital nutrient. Once she started spending 10 minutes outside each morning and adding fatty fish like salmon twice a week, her bones felt sturdier and her muscles worked with more ease. Vitamin D doesn't just support bones. It reawakens tired muscles, helping them function like they're supposed to. The third is magnesium, a quiet mineral with a huge impact. Without enough magnesium, muscles cramp more often, nerves misfire, and energy plummets. Evelyn added a small daily handful of almonds and pumpkin seeds, along with leafy greens like spinach in her meals. These simple changes stopped her nighttime cramps and gave her back peaceful, restful sleep. With just these three nutrients, B12, D, and magnesium, Evelyn regained strength and confidence, proving it's never too late to nourish your body. And now, I want to guide you through how you can make these simple changes too, without complicated diets or expensive pills, just with easy daily steps that fit right into your life. Evelyn's success didn't come from expensive pills or complicated routines. It came from simple, steady changes that anyone can do. I've seen this approach work for hundreds of my patients, no matter their age or background. It starts by understanding how to gently nourish your body every day, so your muscles, bones, and nerves can finally thrive. The first daily step is to never skip breakfast. Many older adults, like Evelyn, lose their appetite in the mornings and think it's fine to just have coffee or a slice of toast. But your body needs morning fuel to activate muscle strength for the entire day. A small protein-rich breakfast, like one boiled egg, a cup of plain yogurt, or a little piece of grilled chicken, can give you a steady dose of vitamin B12 right from the start. Adding a side of fresh or steamed vegetables helps complete the meal and keeps your body energized. The second step is to spend at least 10 minutes outside in the morning sun. You don't have to go for a walk or do any exercise. Just sit in a spot where soft sunlight touches your arms and face. This little habit boosts your vitamin D naturally, supporting both bone strength and muscle coordination. Many of my patients enjoy pairing this quiet morning time with reading or a simple breathing exercise, which also helps with relaxation. The third step is to include magnesium-rich foods throughout the day. Evelyn found it easy to have a small handful of pumpkin seeds or almonds in the afternoon, or to add spinach or Swiss chard to her evening meals. These foods work in the background, reducing muscle cramps and helping you feel calmer and stronger by bedtime. Finally, remember this. You don't have to change everything overnight. Even small adjustments, done consistently, give your body the nutrients it's been quietly asking for. These little changes helped Evelyn stand tall again, and they can help anyone who's willing to take gentle, daily steps. Up next, I want to share with you another inspiring story of recovery, one that shows how quickly the body responds when given the right care. Michael's story, much like Evelyn's, became another quiet reminder that our bodies are never truly giving up. They simply slow down when we unknowingly stop giving them the care they need. He had believed weakness was permanent, something he just had to accept. But small changes, nourishing his body each morning, feeling sunlight on his skin, choosing food that fed his muscles instead of draining them, transformed his everyday life into something much calmer, much stronger. These little victories aren't rare. They happen in quiet kitchens, sunny porches, and evening meals across countless homes. The return of strength isn't loud or dramatic. It arrives softly, through steady steps, balanced energy, and the quiet joy of standing tall without fear. And when that moment comes, when your legs move with ease again, it doesn't just change how you walk, it changes how you see yourself. What matters most is remembering this. Your body listens to the way you care for it. When you give it small, steady acts of kindness, better meals, gentle movement, quiet sunlight, it listens, it responds, and it repairs. Strength is not something we lose forever. It's something we can quietly rebuild, day by day, with patience, respect, and understanding. Somewhere out there are more Evelyns and Michaels, maybe sitting in a favorite chair or standing by the kitchen counter, wondering if it's too late. And maybe one day, they too will feel their legs grow steady again, their steps become lighter, and their days feel more peaceful, simply because they chose to listen to their bodies, gently and kindly. If you enjoyed the story, comment 1. If not, feel free to comment yes.